Welcome to the CUNA News Weekly Wrap-Up for October 16th through 20th. We hope you had a great International Credit Union Day. Hop onto news.cuna.org to see how credit unions celebrated the 75th annual event highlighting the movement's global achievements. Also, spend the next few minutes with us meeting 4 credit union rock stars, hearing a snippet of the latest episode of the CUNA News Podcast, learning what's going on in Washington, D.C., and exploring what happened this week in credit union history. Rockstar time. Anita Stevanovsky makes marketing memorable at $1.2 billion asset Frankenmuth Credit Union in Michigan. The director of marketing has spread her love of design across all aspects of the credit union, building a new website, mobile app, intranet, and chatbot that are all intended to make member and staff interactions fun and easy. "I'm not afraid to take on something new," Stevanovsky says. "Marketing only works if it's memorable. Nobody remembers the average, the boring, the medium, or the norm. I approach everything with that in mind." Mike London has similar lofty goals as Chief Transformation and Strategy Officer at $2 billion asset Georgia United Credit Union in Duluth, Georgia. The former Chief Lending Officer has created the Consumer Loan Department, enhanced the credit union's mortgage operations, and built a loan trading desk while spearheading the in-house consumer loan origination system. He believes there's a lot more work to do, saying he's barely scratched the surface of what I'd like to accomplish in the areas of creating greater access to financial services for all, improving banking experiences for our members, and maximizing the impact credit unions can have on the communities they serve. Tony Nichols is all about ideas. As Public Relations Manager at $2 billion asset Texas Trust Credit Union in Arlington, Texas, there are a lot of ideas to share, including the development of Vote Records, a credit union space inside a local entertainment venue. Named after the credit union's original sponsor, Vote Aircraft Corporation, Vote Records looks like a record shop, complete with Texas Trust-themed concert t-shirts, album covers, and posters. At Vote Records, the Rolling Stones are their vehicle loans, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Red Hot loan rates. We even have an interactive jukebox where people can select a familiar song, but all of the lyrics relate to Texas Trust. Nichols says, "When you do something that's fun and unexpected, people flock to that. When they leave the show and reality hits the next day, we want them to think, I had a great time yesterday with Texas Trust." Hear our conversation with Nichols on this week's episode of the CUNA News Podcast.
This particular opportunity was a branding opportunity. So it's basically to get our name out there, started to get it ingrained into people's minds, put a really positive spin on our name. And so when you have something like this where it's really fun, unexpected, people flock to that. It's very Instagram friendly. And so there's tons of pictures of people going into the space and taking photos.
Anatoly Murha spoke Ukrainian before he spoke English, and his Ukrainian heritage continues to play a key role in his credit union career. Now, Senior President at $500 million asset Ukrainian Self-Reliance Federal Credit Union in Feasterville, Pennsylvania, Murha is focused on providing financial services to the local Ukrainian community, giving back to credit unions Ukraine, and advocating during the war with Russia. "I do not hold back on my stance on Ukraine," Murha says. "The resilience of the Ukrainian people is inspiring, and I will continue to support them." Read more about all 25 of our 2023 Credit Union Rockstars at news.cuna.org/rockstar. Now, over to CUNY Senior Editor of Public Affairs Communications, Alex McVeigh, for a look at what's happening in Washington, D.C.
The Senate Banking Committee heard testimony this week from Tanya Otsuka, President Biden's nominee to serve on the NCUA board. She is currently senior counsel for the Senate Banking Committee majority staff and would take the spot of current board member Rodney Hood. CUNA submitted a letter for the hearing record with NAFCU outlining critical issues for both the committee and NCUA. This includes support for NCUA's current status as an independent regulator and insurer, continued budget efficiency, and legislative and regulatory relief. We also wrote the Senate Banking Committee for its hearing on community development financial institutions, reiterating our priorities with the updated certification process and highlighting the many positive effects CDFIs have in their communities.
Thanks, Alex. Our credit union of the week is $8.3 million asset Pan Amico Federal Credit Union in Metairie, Louisiana. Founded in October 1953 to serve the employees of Pan Am Southerners Corp., the current name was put in place in 1957. Today, Bonnie Gazzardi serves as manager and CEO of a credit union open to employees, retirees, and family members of 24 area companies. Visit www.panamicofcu.com for more. Now, this week in credit union history, on October 21st, 1948, CUNA held its first National Credit Union Day, which eventually morphed into International Credit Union Day, which the World Council of Credit Unions still holds each year on the third Thursday of October. On October 14th, 1970, the Federal Credit Union Act amendments of 1970 were signed into law. On October 15th, 2008, the Emergency Economic Stabilization Act of 2008 was signed, seeking to stabilize the financial system and assist financial institutions during the financial crisis. That's it for this week's wrap-up. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend. To stay up to date on these stories and more, subscribe to Credit Union Magazine, visit news.cuna.org, and listen to the CUNA News Podcast at news.cuna.org/podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the description for links to everything discussed in this video.